Okay, so if you're a business advisor, you know this feeling. You're tired of seeing these brilliant strategies you've developed just stall out when it comes to execution. Well, this explainer is for you. We are going to break down the AI BOT partnership model, which is a step-by-step workflow really designed to bridge that gap between planning and actually doing. Let's dive in. So let me ask you something. You do incredible work with your clients, right? You build these amazing strategic plans, you get them all fired up about the future, and then it just kind of fizzles out. Sound familiar? It is one of the most common and frankly, most frustrating things in the advisory world. You know, there's actually a name for this problem. It's called the execution gap. And it's not a failure of ambition. It's not a lack of good ideas. It's just the reality that most businesses are so swamped with the day-to-day grind that they just don't have the operational bandwidth to implement the very changes that are going to help them grow. All right, so here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to cover 4 key areas. First, we'll nail down the advisor's dilemma. Then we'll walk you through stages 1 to 3, which we call the perfect handoff. After that, we'll show you exactly how we prove our value in just 30 days. That's stages 4 and 5. And finally, we'll get into the accountability rhythm in stages 6 and 7, which is what really makes this whole thing stick. First up, let's frame the core challenge. We call it the advisor's dilemma. And you know, it's really all about separating the thinking from the doing. Now, this is where it gets really interesting because it's all about clarifying the roles. Your superpower is in strategy, leadership, and keeping everyone focused on the big goals. That's the thinking. Our role at Haibot, we live on the other side of that gap. We're all about execution, automation, and just getting rid of all that repetitive, soul-crushing work that kills the team's momentum. It's a genuine partnership with super clear boundaries. And the benefits for you. Oh, they're huge. You're not just handing off a plan and hoping for the best anymore. You're actually providing an execution layer. This makes your advice so much stickier. It finally solves that great plan, no follow-through problem. And maybe best of all, there is absolutely zero technical burden on you. You just make the intro, we deliver. So how does this all kick off? Well, this next part covers the first 3 stages, and it's all about creating what we call the perfect handoff. Honestly, this is a critical step where a lot of partnerships fall apart, but we've made it incredibly simple and seamless for you. It really just boils down to 3 simple steps. 1, you spot and name the execution gap with your client. 2, you make a simple, warm introduction. And 3, we take the baton and handle all the discovery from there. That's it. Your part is that simple. So stage 1, this is all about just diagnosing the problem. When you hear your client say things like, "We just don't have the capacity," or "We're totally overloaded," that's not just a complaint, that's you identifying the execution gap. Your only job is to name it for what it is, an operational bottleneck, not some kind of personal failing. And once you've put a name to the problem, stage 2 is even easier. Seriously, making the introduction to us is designed to be completely effortless on your part. And this just shows you how easy it is. We literally give you the language to use. You can say something almost exactly like this. It frames the conversation perfectly, positioning us as a specialist partner that's here to complement the amazing strategic work you're already doing. The moment that intro is made, we are on it. In stage 3, our entire focus during that first discovery call is to find 1 or 2 workflows where we can deliver the most value as fast as possible. We're hunting for those quick wins that give the client immediate relief and start building that confidence right away. All right, now for the really exciting part, proving our value. This next section dives into stages 4 and 5. This is where we go from discovery to actual delivery, and we do it all within a 30-day window. Okay, stage 4 is a big one because it's how we handle documentation. We know clients are drowning. They don't have time for some massive SOP project. So our approach is totally different. We just ask them to record their screen 1 time while they do a task. That's it. It turns documentation into a light habit, not some heavy, overwhelming project. And from there, stage 5 is all about the client's experience over those first 30 days. In week 1, the goal is super simple. Just build confidence that the system's running and nothing broke. By week 2, as they see it working, that trust starts to build, and they begin checking in less. The ultimate goal by week 4 is for the automation to just become background noise. It just happens, freeing up the team to focus on way more important work. So how do we actually measure success in this trial period? We don't use a bunch of complicated KPIs. It all comes down to one single clear metric. That metric is time. We give ourselves exactly 30 days. And this isn't some random number. It's a hard deadline that forces us to be laser-focused and ensures we deliver real, tangible value to your client right out of the gate, building that momentum from day one. And here's the kicker. This is our promise to you and to your client. If we can't move the needle and save them measurable time within that first month, we just don't move forward. Simple as that. It's a completely risk-free way for your client to see if this works for them. Okay, so we've proven the value. Awesome. But the partnership doesn't stop there. This final section, covering stages 6 and 7, is all about keeping that momentum going for the long haul. Stage 6 is what we call the accountability rhythm, and this is absolutely critical. Without it, automation just becomes set it and forget it, and all those compounding benefits get lost. These regular check-ins are the glue that makes sure the value continues to grow month after month. So in these check-ins, our job is to show up with the data. We provide clear, simple progress signals. Here's how many hours you saved, here are the total tasks we automated, and importantly, here's the exception rate and maybe where there are some gaps. This gives you concrete data to work with. And this slide just perfectly illustrates that partnership dynamic again. We bring the data signals. Your role as the advisor is to take that data and connect it back to the big picture strategy. You use our progress reports to reinforce good habits and make sure these operational wins are aligned with the client's ultimate goals. And finally, stage 7. This is all about growth. But we have a really strict rule here. Expansion is always pull-based. We will never push a client to automate more just for the sake of it. We only suggest the next workflow when the client is stable, they're seeing a clear return, and they're the ones asking, okay, what's next? So we'll leave you with this question. Just imagine your clients, armed with your strategic guidance, and now with an operational engine that just works. What could they really achieve if their ability to execute finally and truly matched their ambition?